record that. Hi, friends. I'm so stinking excited about tonight's topic. I was talking with some of my leaders and we're trying to figure out what we're going to talk about. And one of them was like, it's a no-brainer. We need to talk about mindset, right? We're right here at the end of the month. What better time to pour into our brains, since that plays such a heavy role on things. Everything in your life, guys, it exists twice. Okay, everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it, everything in our life exists twice. Once in your brain and then once in reality. What we think about, we replicate. What we think about, we attract. What we allow to function in our brain, it happens in real life. So when we look around at the situations, maybe you love where you're at right now. Maybe you're like, I freaking killed it so far in the first 23 days of the year. I'm so freaking proud. Like, you didn't just decide like and wake up today and be like, cool, I'm killing it. Like, that existed in your brain, right? Like, you've been hustling, you've been working, you've been practicing, you've been telling yourself that you're going to amount to it, you're telling yourself it's going to come together, you've done the things, and that starts then creating that in your life. And guys, to be honest though, the opposite is also true. If we are seeing like we're not getting enrollments, a lot of times that isn't because you're not doing the right things. Maybe it's because of your mindset. Maybe it's because you're telling yourself you're not going to get enrollments. Maybe you're signing team members who aren't sticking. That might be because we're telling ourselves in our head that when I sign a distributor, they're not going to do anything, right? What we see in our life and our business first had to start somewhere. Everything exists twice. So before I jump into all the things I've got, I'm going to bring Laura in. We haven't heard from her in a minute, and I know she's got some fire to throw on mindset.
Hello. I will apologize ahead of time if it gets a little loud. My little ones don't always like to listen. You know, that's mom life for you though. So just apologizing, cover apology in advance. When Mariah asked if we wanted to talk about mindset, obviously, yes. But you guys, here's the thing. I know, especially in this business and in this industry and in this company, you probably hear it a lot from all of us who are speaking on Zooms. Mindset this, fix your mindset, you need growth mindset, all the things. You're probably at this point like, we get it, right? But do you know why? Like, we're not just saying this just to say this. There's actually like decades worth of actual science. For those of you who don't want to just believe that you believe something just to believe it, there's actual science behind why you need a mindset to help grow. Now, this is in your business, this is all the things. So go ahead, and if you need some actual science-based facts and research, please go to the Google box and search for growth mindset scientific facts, because it's a legit thing. But so I just want to put that out there for all the people. But you guys, listen, before I even knew it was a scientifically backed thing, here is the thing. If you say you can't do something, you're not going to do something. But if you say you can, you're going to. I don't know why it works. I didn't know there was science behind it. I didn't find that out until recently, and I've been here for over 4 years. Okay. I didn't care enough to go look it up. All I knew was it was magic, right? When I woke up and said, I'm going to have a good day and I'm going to enroll 10 Perks members this week and I'm going to earn this bonus, it just happened. So I didn't need to know why there was science behind it. I didn't need to know why it worked. I just knew it was magic. Okay. So if you just want to believe in some magic, go ahead and believe in it that way. But you guys, the reason why you keep hearing it and why you keep hearing it over and over and over again is because success leaves clues. Okay. I can guarantee you when Mariah has mass enrolling months with her customers, it's not because she woke up and said, man, nobody wants my products. It's because no, she woke up looking like a snack with her 2-week flat results. Like, y'all, did you see those? I shared them on my page the other day and holy crap. Like, sorry, I said crap. I'm sorry. But you guys, that is why, because she woke up excited. Mindset is a thing, but here's my magic sauce, okay? And I know we have a lot we could say. There's lots of different books you can read. Mind Shift is actually one of the most recent ones that we did. And actually, there's so many different books on mindset. Go read them all. But this is what you need to know. This is the basic of it, okay? Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. I'm sure you've heard that one. And there's a reason why you've heard it, because it's true. Because if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. No matter what you think, you're right. That's the bottom line, you guys. And you need to understand that. And you need to believe that you could sit there and you could have amazing results. Like Mariah has some amazing results. We have the best products, okay? And they're not giving us any products anytime soon that don't have clinically proven ingredients. They've already said that. All of our products going forward are going to have clinically proven ingredients. The products work, okay? We have amazing results. You have everything you need to be successful. You have the training, you have all the things, you have all the same resources. It's these 6 inches in between your head, or maybe more if you have a really big head, okay? Whatever the distance is between your ears, that is the only difference between the people who are at CEO Summit or the people who have the big paychecks and the people who are sitting here month after month crying and complaining because they don't have a big enough paycheck to cover the costs that they need to cover. That is the only difference. And I say that with my whole heart because I've had many hard conversations, not just with my teammates, but with myself as well. On months when I didn't see the paychecks I wanted to see, I had to fully evaluate where I was at mentally that month. And I guarantee you, and I promise you this, because I went through and I looked, okay? Every single month, I did the research. I went back 4 years, and every month when my paycheck was lower than what I wanted it to be, it's because I had a mental breakdown that month over something, because life happened and I let it get in the way. Whether it was my dad died, whether it was I had to put my dog down, or, my family was sick, 800 days out of the 30-day month, whatever it may be, the months that I let those things get to me are the months my paycheck suffered. So I know I could talk forever and ever, but you guys, it's real simple. It's real simple. What you tell yourself matters. What you tell yourself is truth. And you just got to keep saying it enough until you eventually believe it. Because you can sit there and lie to your face in the mirror all day long. And you may know it's a lie because you may not believe in yourself at first. And that's okay. It is okay to not believe in yourself. It's okay because most of us have been there. Most of us have said, I don't think I can do this. We know because we've said it too. But you can't keep saying it. So instead, you're going to get up and look in the mirror and you're going to be like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this because I don't want to have to sit there and scrounge in my couch cushions for change to be able to put gas in my car this week. You're going to look in the mirror and you're going to say, I can, and I'm going to do this because I deserve better. And you're going to keep saying it and saying it and saying it until eventually you trick yourself into believing it. And it's not really actually a trick because you do deserve all the things, but you've got to trick yourself into believing it. And with that being said, that's kind of like my main takeaways. And that's what I got. I'm ready. Let's take some notes now.
I love it. And I like this segue too, because I was actually about to talk about like life happening some. So I like how that's kind of where you were and talking, because like life does happen, right? It happens to all of us. And I feel like that is probably one of the biggest reasons. We'll be gentle. One of the biggest reasons, not excuses, one of the biggest reasons that we aren't showing up for our business the right way. We aren't believing the way we want to. We aren't doing the personal development. It's because of these reasons of things happening around us. And guys, like I was saying at the start of this, is everything in your life exists twice, once in your head before then in reality. So what the life you're living, the situations you're finding yourself in, that's the sum of your thoughts right there. And if you don't like it, then that means something's got to give. Something's got to change, right? And I get it. Life happens to us. There is 100% things we cannot control, right? Like earlier this month, I had to off and run like at a drop of a hat to go and see my grandma in Georgia. She was in the hospital and we thought it was the end of the world. Like we thought things were ending. I grew up with my grandma. She was like a mom, right? Like this was a very heavy moment and we had to drop everything. But the thing is that's a situation happening around me, but my life is still going to reflect the sum of my thoughts. So I get to decide how that's going to impact me. I get to decide if I'm going to react or if I'm going to respond. I get to decide who I'm going to be no matter what is going on around me. And that is unlocking that realization that you truly are in control of your life. If things aren't what you want right now, you have the power to fix that. I think that is one of the most beautiful things ever because it reminds us that nothing, right? Like none of this is concrete. If you're like, I'm so tired of being sick and tired, cool. That means you can change it. If you're so tired of not being able to pay the bills, cool, you can change it. If you're so tired of being depressed, cool, you can change it, guys. There's nothing in your situation that is concrete. Our thoughts shape our reality. So when we change the way that we look at things, we're going to change the things that we look at, right? What we see, what we say is what is going to happen, right? You guys have ever wanted to buy a new car? And I use this analogy all the time because I just feel like it's so freaking like accurate. But like if you want to go and say you're looking at this car and you're going to test drive it, and it's this red car, okay? When you go home, you decide you're not going to buy it yet. All of a sudden, every car you see on the street is that red car. You're like, what the heck? Everyone went out and bought my car. Like, look at that one and look at that one go. And it's because not all of a sudden there's more red cars out there. You're more aware of it because you're focused on it. So we can do that with our whole life. In 2 Corinthians, it says that we have to take every thought captive, okay? Just like that red car. You took that thought captive. You didn't just be like, oh, red car would be nice and go on with your day. You acted on it. You focused on it. And because you fed that thought, it shaped the reality of the world you're living in. You can do that with all of it. You don't have to live in any situation, any environment that you don't want to. You can shape what it looks like and what your reality looks like in the middle of that. Jeremiah says that the human mind is the most deceitful of all things. And again, in Psalms, it says to be careful how you think because your life is shaped by your thoughts, guys. Like Laura was saying, there's facts to back this up, okay? There's all the studies, the statistics, now all the way back to the ding dang Bible, y'all, okay? There is so much power in your thoughts. And as humans, our thoughts are like automatically, naturally going to go negative. Depression, anxiety, especially in today's world, I feel like that is the norm. I feel like it's just everywhere you look, it's what everyone expects. Like, oh, I'm depressed. Like, cool, bro, me too. Like, it's just so normal right now. The world's a hard place to live. Money is a hard thing to make. Happiness is a hard thing to find. Friendships are a hard thing to grow. It's a hard world, but we're not called to be part of the world, right? We're called to be different from it. And if you want to have a different life, and I believe you do, because you're doing something real dang different. You're doing a business from your phone. You're working on social media. You're showing up for your family in a different way, probably than anyone in your family ever has. You clearly want something different. So if we want something different, we can start creating that by being different. To be different, you have to think differently. Every change you want to make in your life and who you are as a person and how you feel in your business, in your health, and everything, first, it's got to start with a change in the way you're thinking. I completely changed my life last year. Completely. 23 days into this year, I feel like it's a whole new thing. I've changed my life even more. And it's so cool because I am one of the least organized people. I'm like negative 700 green. I'm one of the least consistent people. I'm not the best at doing the things. I'm showing up, and I'm not the best at routines, and I'm not the best at holding myself accountable. And I decided October, not this last October, the October before, that I was going to get consistent with one thing in my life. Okay? I decided to make one change. I decided to control one area. And I decided every day I was going to spend time with Jesus, whatever it looked like. 5 minutes, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 3 hours, who knows? But I decided I would not go to bed unless I journaled, read my Bible, prayed, listened to worship music, read a Devo, something to feed that relationship. Because I decided that and committed to it every single day, regardless of how hard it was, I am now consistently doing, it's like 33 things every single day in a little over almost a year and a half. I went from committing to one to being able to grow that muscle to where I do like 33 things consistently every single day, to the point I don't even think about it. It's so consistent. Like Laura was saying, I've lost some dang weight, okay? Like my freaking results, y'all, they are bomb and I'm loving it. And I didn't get those because I decided to, oh, it'd be nice to lose weight. Maybe I could, or, you know, they probably won't work. So I don't know, we'll see. No, I was like, I'm doing this and I'm doing it full force, 2 feet in. I'm committed. I'm believing that if I stay on these products, I'm going to get amazing results. So I did it. My team, we're having promotions every single month. Y'all, I've never had promotions at the end of the year. And we have people promoting every single month right now. And it wasn't because I was like, yeah, you know, it would be nice to have people promoting, or like, I don't understand what's going on. And every distributor I sign, like, it's not working. Or I gotta be a bad leader. Like, I don't understand why I'm the only one winning. Like, because we've all had the thoughts, right? But that's not the thoughts that got the change in my business. The change in my business is when I decided to show up every single morning and say, I'm an amazing leader. I empower people. I change lives. My team is winning. When I'm writing my affirmations in the morning, guys, I'm writing by name my team, and not just affirming myself, I'm affirming them. I'm affirming Alicia is going Ruby this month by the 25th. Okay. Like, she's so dang close, y'all, like 150 BB away. Okay. Like, I'm affirming that Hannah is going to maintain with ease, that she's going to get past the mental struggle she's fighting right now. I'm affirming each person in my business. I'm speaking life, because my business isn't going to change because I want it to. My business is going to change because I take control of my mind, because you can control a lot of things to an extent. Right, we can kind of control how many host posts we can get up. We can keep messaging. We can kind of control, you know, how many friends requests we send out, because we can keep sending them. But you can 100%, without a shadow of a doubt, no one else can touch your mind. That is your battlefield. That is your job. That is your place. That if you can take control of your mind, you can change your life. And I don't want you to hop off this call and be like, heck yeah, I'm gonna do all the things, because that's what we like to do. I can't tell you how many times that I've gotten on a call, I felt so good about myself. I'm like, bet, I'm going, I'm doing it. I'm gonna lose the weight. My business is gonna rock. I'm gonna have a great marriage. My relationship's gonna be good with God. Like, I'm ready to go. I'm getting up early. I'm doing all the things. Like, right. We get hyped. We're ready to go. But the thing is we're setting ourselves up for failure when we jump too aggressively in, because your innate state is where you are, right? We've got to work into it. I didn't get where I am today because I decided I want to do all the things. It was because I decided I wanted to do one thing. And I wanted to be the best at that one thing. And I wanted to be so dang consistent at that one thing. And because I did that thing for over 400 days, now I have all these other things. So I want you to think of one area of your life that you could make a mindset shift that will have the biggest impact. Like, if it's your health, do you like feel icky? Like, let's be honest. That affects everything. Are you exhausted? Are you having a hard time sharing weight loss products on social media because you're like, I need to lose weight and like no one's gonna believe me? Are you struggling with insecurity because of the way you look? Is your weight a big one? Start there. Now, if you feel great and you love the way you look and you're like, dang, I'm hot and curvy and all the things, like wherever you at and you love it, then don't make that your one. Find something that's going to impact everything. If you guys are faith-based, I want to encourage you to dive into that, because I can promise you God can change everything. God can change your weight. He can change your insecurities. He can change your anxieties. He can change your business. He can change everything in your life. So if you're of faith, I recommend starting with that relationship. But I want you to find one thing that you will commit to taking charge of every thought around that. So I'm not just going to leave you with all the pretty ideas. Okay, we're going to talk about how we can actually do that. I got 6 steps for you guys on how we're going to change our mindset in that one area. And as you work out that muscle, as you get comfortable with that one area, guys, I don't want you guys to give up on yourselves. I don't want you to stop there. I want you to go again. Okay. I want you to find a second area and a third as you grow over time, right? We're going to start with 1, whatever that one area is. So the first thing that we're going to do to change our mindset is we're going to pay attention to our thoughts and catch them, right? Because it says to take your thoughts captive. So we can't just let them exist. You guys have seen people like back in the day, I don't know, this was like a middle school thing or whatever, but you wore like a hair tie on your wrist and popped yourself when you thought about a boy because you didn't want to think about him anymore, or dumb stuff like that we did. That's a great analogy, though, of taking your thought captive. If you need an actual reminder, y'all, put on a dang rubber band, okay? When that thought enters your mind that goes against whatever truth you are setting right now, whatever area you're claiming a mindset shift, you're claiming growth, you're claiming grace, you're claiming is going to change, and you're going to be committed to making it happen. Whatever a thought enters that goes against that, you pop it, okay? You get yourself. You've got to acknowledge the thought. When we get consistent with acknowledging the negative thoughts, they will start going away because you can't just let them exist. They exist now because you're oblivious to them. Like, you maybe know the thoughts are there, but you don't know the impact they're having until you are ready to jump on them and pay attention. When you start taking the thought captive, that's what is going to give you the power to change it. So after you've started noticing the thoughts, and then we're going to go and we're going to tell ourselves the truth. This is such an easy one if you guys are of faith, because you can Google the truth. If you don't know it, you can Google it, you can Pinterest it. But if it's like an insecurity thing and your thought maybe is coming in is like, they just don't think I'm attractive. That's an easy one. I mean, after having my daughter, and I've lost a lot of weight since having my daughter, I've lost almost 45 pounds. There was a lot of times where I'm like, my husband just doesn't find me attractive. Like, I don't look as good as I used to. And that's not something that I was like consciously even thinking. It's just the thought that would run through my head. But now we're not letting thoughts run through, right? In our area, whatever that one area is, we are paying attention. So now I'm going to see that thought and I'm going to take it captive. I'm visual, you guys, so I'm either going to be popping. My thing was always, I would literally catch a thought. All right. I'm going to catch the thought. The thing is, I'm going to turn this thought into a truth. God says that I'm made in his image. And I'm going to release it. And we can do that with every single thought we have. And my team isn't seeing success because I'm not a good leader. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. There's no way I can teach them. I don't have to be qualified because God qualifies the unqualified. And I can release the thought. And I'm just going to not harp on it, not stress on it, not beat myself up for having the negative thought. I'm just going to catch it and remind myself of the truth. Because these negative thoughts that we're allowing to run our life, our business, our marriage, our finances, all of the things, guys, it's a lie. There's not one of them that is true about you. You are created in the image of God. You were designed and destined for greatness. There's so much in you. None of the negatives are true. You are beautiful. You are smart. You are going to have success. You are going to make the money. The bills will get paid. It's not always going to be this hard. None of the negatives are true. And so we are going to take them captive, and we're going to tell ourselves the truth. We're going to let them back go. The next thing we're going to do, number 3, is we're going to accept that you cannot change the past. Because those past times, maybe we tried to change this area, the past times where someone reconfirmed the negative voices in our head, those past mistakes we made that we still want to harp on and believe that that's got us here or wherever we are, we're going to let go of that. You have no control over what happened. It is done. You can do nothing. But God can take whatever happened and turn it into something. I'm doing a Devo at night before bed right now. And I was just reading about Joseph. And if you guys know the story, Joseph was, sold by his brothers into slavery and becomes the second in command in all of Egypt. And so when he's meeting with his brothers at one point, he reveals himself and he says that what you intended to harm, God turned into a blessing that not just changed my life, but saved all of Egypt. What you did, that was a mistake. God is going to turn into something that is not just going to bless you, but going to create blessing for those around you. Those mistakes are nothing to harp on. Those mistakes have no power over your life or where you are going unless you're giving it to them. And in this area, at least, whatever your special area is going forward, that has no power anymore. I am rebuking it and cutting the ties and the chains. You're free from that. You have no control over what happened, what mistake you made, the decision you made, what happened to you, what happened around you, how you responded or how you reacted. And it has no power over who you're becoming or where you're going. And we got to accept it. The 4th thing is that we're going to embrace what we can control. It's so easy to look in these areas and be like, I just am overwhelmed. I don't even know where to start. I feel like body image is just a good one right now for me to go with. I'm trying to like think of other areas to like put examples and I don't got them. So we're gonna stick with this. We can't always control losing weight. Let's be honest. You can do the workouts, you can take the products, you can try to eat better, and like you can't always guarantee you're dropping 2 pounds this week, okay? Like you can't guarantee how the scale is going to move. So if you're measuring your worth and success based off of that scale, you're setting yourself up for failure because that is not in your control. What is in your control is what you put into your body. What is in control is how you move your body. What is in control is what you think of it, how you talk to yourself. Those are the things you've got to focus on, the things that you can control. Number 5 is that we're going to ask God's help because he can do far more than you ever could. And he cares about every single aspect of your life because he cares about you. He cares about your health. He cares about your business. He cares about your marriage. He cares about all of the things because he wants you to be happy. He wants you to find those blessings and those successes. So we're going to ask him into all of this. I want you to ask him into your health journey, into your relationship with him, if that's what you're working on. I want you to bring him into that. And sometimes even, especially when it comes to our relationship with God, it feels weird sometimes to ask him to help us with that, right? Like I decided at the beginning of this year that I'm going to become a master prayer. I'm praying makes me uncomfortable. I'm just not good at it. I'm not consistent at it. I'm not the things. So I decided this year, that's going to be one of mine. I'm going to become amazing at praying. And so what do I do every day? I pray and ask God to help me pray better. Okay. Like I'm bringing him into my conversation about how to have a conversation with him. Okay. He wants to be part of every area of your life because when we surrender it to him, when we give it back to him, we allow him to move freely and like 10x our efforts. The things we're doing, he's amplifying. The people we're reaching out to, he's amplifying. He's changing the things we're saying. He's helping us reach more people. He's helping us believe different. He's fighting battles for us. We've got to include him on our journey because if you want to win the war of your mind, if you want to take control of your thoughts, it is innately difficult, right? Like we said before in Jeremiah, it says the human mind is the most deceitful of all things. In Psalm, it said that we have to be careful how we think because our life is shared or shaped by our thoughts. It's written that your thoughts are going to be negative, that they're going to have a power over you. And why would we want to fight something that aggressive by ourselves? Bring God into that. Allow him to help even the playing field as you're battling those negative thoughts. And the last thing, number 6, is you've got to practice daily. This is not a decision you make tonight that you're going to get positive, that you're going to have this growth, that you're going to have this big switch mentally, and then cool, now your life is amazing and you're killing it. Because it's not how it's going to work, y'all. The quite opposite. If you guys have heard me talk on Zoom over the last year, you're probably tired of hearing me say this. But last year is what I call my season of purposeful destruction, okay? I decided that I was going to get consistent in building my relationship with God, building him as the foundation of everything in my life. And my life got so much harder. Yours is gonna too. Whatever area that you are committed, that you want to grow and change your mindset, the devil's gonna fight even harder to keep you stuck where you are at. Because when you can control your mind, you take away his greatest weapon over your life. If you want to find success, if you want to find growth, if you want to find hope and happiness and legacy and be different than the world, it starts and ends in your mind, nowhere else. That's what's going to set you apart. That's what's going to allow you to promote. That's what's going to allow you to be an overnight success that took a while to build. That's what's going to be the thing that changes everything, is accepting responsibility for our brain and then doing the work every single day to change it. If it was easy, the world would be a great place, right? The world would be positive and rainbows and butterflies, cupcakes and unicorns, but it's not because it's a really hard thing to do. But you guys can do it. You're the cut above the rest. You're the ones that are showing up. You're the ones that are taking this seriously. You're the ones that are over there taking notes. I see you guys. Everyone with the camera on is over here freaking writing notes. Like, you guys are the ones that are serious, that are stepping up and are doing this. You are the ones that can go out and do the things that no one else can do. You can take charge of your brain. You can change everything. Today can be day one. This month end can be this whole thing, right? I mean, like the volume that can come in, the team that can come in, the growth that can happen, whether it be right now or take time, can change and be this whole new life for you starting tonight by making a decision that you're going to win the war in your mind, that you're going to take charge of your thought, and that everything for you is going to change. Real quick before we end, I'm going to go through the list again because I see people are getting confused. Okay, so number one was you're going to pay attention to your thoughts and catch the negatives. Oh my gosh, I'm going to guess Laura typed them. I can't even see who did it. No, it was Teresa. Look, girl. I was giving it to you, but you were taking notes too. So it would have been you guys and Alicia were going to be my three guesses. But awesome. There you go. They're all in there. And this also will be posted on my page. The recording will. I love you guys, and this is a different approach than what we typically do at month end, but I feel like we're still so early in the year, and I just feel like we need this. We need to talk about the hard things. We need to talk about how to really make the switches, because I've seen growth in my business that I want you guys to see. This last year has been amazing. The hardest year of my life, but it has been amazing. The changes, the pivots, the shifts that I've seen in my team and my business is what I prayed, wished, and dreamed for 6 years, and it's finally here. And I want you guys to know all the things. I want you to have all the things. And all the things started with this. It didn't start with a host to post. It didn't start with the right script. It didn't start with anything like that, guys. It started with the decision that I was going to get really dang consistent at controlling my mind in one area. That turned to another, that turned another, and that turned to another. And before you know it, everything in my life now looks different. A year and a half later, different, bigger, more wonderful, more incredible, more like, oh my gosh, God, what are you doing? Than I could have even fathomed in such a short time. The things that have been accomplished simply because I decided I was going to figure out how to control my mind. And now you guys have the same tools. Hopefully you have the same encouragement, and you sure as heck have the same belief, because I know you can do it. And if you don't believe in yourself yet, borrow mine, because I believe in you. I believe this is for you. I believe you are going somewhere. I believe you are untouchable. I believe God is working in and through you. I believe you have impact. I believe you're going to have a legacy. I believe you are going to change your family's lives. I believe that your team is going to explode. I believe you're going to hit the rank that you've been pushing for so long. I believe that you are going to find fulfillment, that you're going to find happiness, that you're going to find joy, that you're going to find love, that you're going to fall in love with your life this year. And I believe you're going to do the work to make it happen. So I'm going to pray us out. Y'all know the drill. See you again next week. Same time, same ID. I love you guys. So dear Lord Jesus, thank you so much for this space where we get to come together every single week to grow more in our knowledge of business, more in our knowledge of ourselves, and hopefully a little bit closer to you too. I'm just so thankful for this group. I am just so excited as I look at the faces and the names, and I just see how you are working here. I know you're moving mountains. I know you are doing things behind the scenes and fighting battles that we can't even fathom. You are blazing a trail ahead. And God, we are so dang ready to put the work in. We are so ready to get uncomfortable. We're ready to get consistent. We're ready to do whatever we have to do, because we know we are deserving of your blessings, and that you are so ready to just sprinkle them blessings on, and we're here to receive them, and we're here to do the work to make it happen. In Jesus' name, amen. I love you guys, and I hope you have an amazing week and kill it here at Month End.